Troops, here we are. It's another Eagle podcast, another COVID-19 podcast special. And I've been joined, hopefully she's not in the green bin in the garden. And I can confirm that she isn't. It's Emma from, Emma, what's your full Instagram name?
It's Emma's Happy Little World.
Emma's Happy, Emma's Happy Little World. And how's your happy little world at the moment, Emma?
Really positive. I'm really using this time to try new things and stay positive, try and spread the message. We're all in the same boat together.
Yeah, we are all in the same boat together. What are you making of all of this? I've met you once, so like I sort of feel like we're best friends for life now. We had a bit of an accountability day, the day we went out in the big old storm and took on which one, I can't remember if it was Dennis or Cara or whatever it was back in February, but that was a bit of a cheeky day. How are you finding this current situation?
A little bit scary. I found that I'm not watching the news anymore. In fact, my best friend Amy,
Yeah,
he just sends me bullet points every morning
right.
of what's happening. So if I'm not allowed to go out, she'll tell me and I can just avoid the news.
Yeah. I feel like the news can be it always tells bad news anyway, regardless of current situation. But obviously at the moment it is literally that is it. Like and I feel like barring the main points at maybe it's 5 o'clock with the Prime Minister's speech, I feel like we should have a day away from it where we talk about good news stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, because there must still be like positivity stories going on all over the place and good news stories, because I believe that if you stare into the darkness long enough, eventually it stares back at you. And that can be like a really, really sort of bad place to be. And obviously with this constant this and this and so many people that, and you're starting to think now, do I really need to go to the shops? I might just stay in. I think I've got enough bread, and like it's kind of a little bit you can kind of become locked in your own mind, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely, because there is no other news apparently in the world and things must be happening still.
Mm,
But like 2 months ago, the news was just constant about climate change
yeah,
and everyone seems to have forgotten about that.
yeah.
And now we're just coronavirus. And I think the points are getting lost. The main
Mm,
point. I get so confused watching it because it seems to contradict itself throughout the day.
yeah, I've sort of got a bit of a take on it. Not conspiracy take, but I feel like Mother Nature's sort of giving us a shot across the bow. Like she's kind of said, "I need a bit of a break from you a lot," and she's whacked this out there and gone, "That'll stop you for 30 days. All your technology, all your medicine, all of this, all of that. I still run the show, and when I want, yous lot don't do shit." And you got to think, the mountains, the skies, the pollution, all of that stuff at the moment is taking a big break from humanity. There's so much less cars on the road. No one's out walking in the hills. Like no one's in the fields. No one's down the beach. Like it's almost like Mother Nature has given herself like 30 days rest from us. And I feel when we come back from it, we have to learn from it. Because if we don't, I don't feel like we'll be as lucky again. I think this is something that we're going to have to learn to adapt and live with. Definitely, it's interesting. What's your sort of take?
Oh, I absolutely agree on that. I live in a town centre of
Yeah.
quite an industrial town. And since everyone's been in now for a week, I swear I've never heard so many birds in my life.
Mm,
Like wildlife is popping up everywhere.
yeah, yeah. Nature is taking back, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And whenever this is over, 21 days, 30 days, whatever it may be, I feel like you'll go back to your favorite places where you used to mooch, hike, whatever, and like you'll notice things that you never noticed before, because before we took for granted. And I feel like a lot of us, and I'm the same, you know, I can't go to lakes, you can't go wherever you want to go at the moment. And it's like I took for granted that any point in time I could just say, right, I'm in the car and I'm gone and I'm going to go there today and I'm going to do this today. And that's been took away. And like I'm now thinking, I can't wait to go back to Blencathra and go over Sharp Edge again, and just wonder what I'll notice. It's going to be good. Talk about how you became into hiking, Emma, and how you got into doing what you're doing with all the blog side of it, and why really?
So I have been blogging for about 5 years now, and it started off as I was married at the time.
Right.
It started off as just a life blog. It wasn't particularly very interesting.
Yeah.
And then 12 months ago, I had my heart broken.
Right.
I was still going places on my own. I'd
Yeah.
go for a day trip to Wales. Wasn't hiking. I was just going to do mooch around.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like I had no real purpose. Like I was
Mm-hmm.
going to all these amazing places. I was going art galleries, museums. I was going shopping in pretty little towns, and I had no purpose
Yeah.
at all. And I would always think it'd be nice to share it with someone, because
Yeah.
all you're doing is just roaming.
Yeah.
And then I'm absolutely in love with Wales. One of my friends gave me a book about Wales to find little hidden spots.
Mm-hmm.
And in it was a section of the Wales Coastal Path.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one day I previously done no real exercise. I'm probably a little bit chubby. I'd rather eat than walk. But I decided to do this walk. It was a beautiful May day last year.
Yeah.
And the section I picked was 12 miles along the coast.
Nice.
I fell in love with it from there. And then I've been out every single weekend since. All my holidays revolve around hiking now. I definitely haven't looked back.
What section did you do? Is that your happy place? Is that somewhere where you like to go a lot? And have you done it more than once now, or just one and done?
One and done. It was on Anglesey.
Yeah.
And since that 12 miles, I have walked 400 miles of the Wales Coastal Path.
Nice. And are you planning on doing all of it? I've done a certain section down towards the name escapes me. It was supposed to be an action challenge event, but they pulled the event, but we booked the accommodation. And I was like, well, we'll just, we'll still go and we'll still do it. We did like 32 miles in a day, but I remember it thinking like it's stunning around there. There's so many like little coves. We saw dolphins, all these little picturesque, little sort of tucked away towns, ice creams, just that lovely a day of like, I was very lucky. My partner's massively into hiking as well. And we just had like a proper adventure together. And I think like you can't beat it. Do you know what I mean? When you're out there mooching, have you got any other plans to complete the entirety of Wales on the coast? Are you going to do it?
Yeah, I'm going to do it. Hopefully, if we ever get allowed out again, I'm going to do it this year. Just finish it off.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
I mean, I know you're quite a hardy person, because the day we went out, you absolutely chucked it down, and you didn't pull faces and you didn't piss and whinge. So that tells me that you've got a bit of character about you. Would you class yourself as someone who can go out in any weather, or are you willing to go out in any weather on the right sort of route?
Oh, I'll go out in any weather. I think it's more just a mindset.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's raining if you're happy. If it's in a storm, you've already woken up in a bad mood.
Mm.
It's going to be horrific.
What is it particularly about hiking that you find is a release from whatever? I mean, we all got into it for our own reasons, to get away from something, or to find something new, or to find a new passion, or whatever it may be. What is it for you that really hits it home? Because is the Emma of 21 keen on hiking as the Emma, do you know what I mean, as you are now? Because I wouldn't have been. At 21, I was like, let's go on the Lash in Blackpool. Do you know what I mean? Like, not, let's not go and do 20 miles along the coast and have a scone.
At 21, I was probably getting in at 7 a.m. So I definitely wasn't getting up to go hiking.
So
it gives me a purpose. That knowing that you've got to start and end, and you've got to get to the end.
Yeah.
That's my purpose.
And on your blogs, what exactly are you writing about? What are you trying to inspire others to do?
I'm just writing. I don't write about routes. I don't write about how technical it is.
Yeah.
Because there are plenty of much more educated people out there.
Yeah.
That can do that and do it well.
Yeah.
I write more about just my experience doing it. Usually a mishap. I can't seem to walk without falling over.
Yeah, that's core. That mate, you need to work on your core.
Honestly, I've got no core. It's like jelly. But I write about the little funny stories, if I bump into people, all sorts. Just my
Yeah.
life.
Where in Wales would you say that you particularly like to go? I know you did Tryfan recently, and you've said that's your new boyfriend. Some boyfriend, Emma, tell you that. Don't upset him in the winter.
I'll tell you, I spent one day with him and he sent me home already.
Class. What is it about Tryfan that you liked? For me personally, I think it's the best looking mountain I've ever seen. If I'm honest, I just think it's stunning the way it appears out of nowhere and that sort of its formation, like it's like a dinosaur's back. Do you know what I mean? It's a proper, really impressive mountain.
It's more that it is a challenge. It's
Yeah,
more climbing. I can't be doing with walking up a mountain that's just up,
right,
just the hiking up. I
right.
need to be able to climb. I need to almost feel like I'm about to die if I fall. It's just a real challenge.
Wow, living life on the edge. And have you experienced the scones down Moisture Boy Cafe yet?
Oh no, I've not.
Oh, what are you doing with your life? Right, this
More
is this
cake.
is
This is why I hike, so I can eat more cake.
yeah. Um, Literally the scones. I'm a scone connoisseur, and the scones in there are the best in the UK, like by a long shout. Um, they're massive, absolutely massive. You get the full complement: cream, jam, butter. Now here's a question: how would you do your scones?
Jam, then cream on top.
We can no longer be friends.
You put the cream on top, you're able to put more cream on.
double double creams. No, honestly, the it's awesome in there. The staff are really, really, really lovely. It's got this awesome vibe in there. It's got massive comfy couches. There's many an afternoon I've come back from hiking, sat in there, had a lovely latte and a scone, and just fell asleep on the couch, and then basically being woke up at like closing time saying, "Come on, you have to go now." But it's one of they remember you as well. Do you know what I mean? Like you might not go for a year and you'll walk in and they'll be like, "Hi, John." I'm like, "It's been a year," and wow. But no, it's a great place. Where else do you like to go in the UK?
Cornwall, I do their coastal path. I'm much more of a coastal path hiker than mountains.
Yeah, coastal paths are awesome.
Yeah, I recently discovered, I feel like I'm only still discovering things because I only started hiking in May.
Yeah,
So Lake District, Peak District, even though I've been to them quite a few times over the last year,
yeah,
they're still really new to me. So I'm
yeah.
still everything's still the first time for me.
That's amazing. And the thing is, they won't lose the magic to you. Like you'll end up having your favorite places, but um every time you go there, you'll be like, it's like the first time. There's no sort of place I ever go to. I think, ugh, this again. Do you know what I mean? Like every route has its own little beauty, and every route has its own little sort of memory. When you go with people or you go on your own, you think, oh, I remember last time I was here, and this, that, and t'other. And a lot of us use the mountains and hiking for escape as well, don't we? I know if I've had a bad time, I had a bad car crash sort of back end of last year, and literally I had a day where the insurance company were like ringing me all the time and the police were ringing me, and I was like, right, fuck this. And I just packed my bag and I just went. Do you know what I mean? And I had a good sort of 12 hours just out there in the hills on my own, no other person, because it was midweek. And I had that real clarity moment to think. Do you know what I mean? Do you find yourself doing that?
Oh, absolutely. If I've had an argument with someone, then, sorry,
Sorry.
then I will go out to the mountains, and I really, really enjoy standing on top of a mountain and screaming, like really screaming from deep in my stomach.
No, you want to be careful doing that, mate, because someone might think, right, for Mount Rescue, I've heard a woman screaming.
I'm gonna have to start screaming I'm okay afterwards.
Yeah, right. Maybe let Mount Rescue know that you will be screaming at 1 o'clock, and it's not.
Um,
It's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing to worry about. You started. Were you on Instagram before you started your hiking adventures, or is it a new thing for you?
I've been on Instagram a while. It
Right,
only switched to the hiking probably about 6 months ago.
right, okay.
And
And
it's opened up such a new world for me. I've
yeah,
met so many wonderful people off it.
yeah. Well, I was going to say, talk us through your Instagram account. It's very positive. It's very colourful. I did have a good chuckle the other day when you were in the bin. I was like, that's making that's making use of the situation. It's fair enough.
Yeah, well, my Instagram is just to be positive, and I know people do it full time, and that would be amazing, but I just can't curate it the
Right.
way I want to. And I know people like put a lot of effort into Instagram, and every
Yeah.
picture is beautiful. I just can't do it. I can't be one of those that posts at a certain time. I
Mm.
just, whatever I'm going through, it goes up on there.
No, it. I suppose it depends really what you're trying to do. Like Instagram for me is just a bit of fun, and I don't really see it as a way ever of sort of making any sort of living off it. For me personally, LinkedIn is where I get all of my work from and traction, because of what I can do and sort of run team building and corporate events. Like LinkedIn for me is more a better platform. I just have fun on Instagram, but actually work wise, realistically, I've never really got that much back for it, and I'm not really interested in this sort of gain this large following, and because a lot of people have fucking bought them is the honest answer. And I can look at an account and straight away and go, she's bought followers, he's bought followers, because you can just tell. You can tell from the engagement rates. Do you know what I mean? It's just obvious, and I just wonder when I see that, wonder why that person has decided to buy 10,000 followers. Do you know what I mean? Because this is one thing we need to change after this whole COVID thing about ego and like my dog's blacker than your dog sort of mentality. Oh, I must be dead important because I got 10,000 followers. Like, you're just not. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then this whole follow unfollow thing is just the biggest load of shit ever. And there's still people doing it now. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's still people follow you, then unfollow you, and you think, God, how important do you think you are? Do you know what I mean? Unless you're Chuck Norris or The Rock or maybe it's Marilyn Monroe, don't bother. Do you know what I mean? Because you're just not that shit.
Oh, no, it's when someone follows you, you click on their profile, they've got like 100,000
Yeah,
followers and they only follow 10 people. I'm like,
yeah,
you've not come here for me.
yeah. But it makes me think like, at what level do you think it makes a difference with this whole follow unfollow thing? Like, I just think it's better to be a good human being and concentrate on your actual people who actually follow you and who actually interact with you more than this like, oh, I must get 10,000 followers, I must get 20,000. It doesn't mean shit. Once having followers puts money in your bank, I'll be interested in it, and until that point it can just do one, because it's a proper load of shit. And I don't know about you, do you get people messaging you saying sort of, oh, we can get you 10,000 followers by next Friday? I'm like, I don't want 10,000 followers by next Friday. I just want the right people. How is it important to you for the message you're trying to send to get the right people on board?
Oh, absolutely. I would say this week. So I don't have that many followers. I've just
Yeah,
shot
you
a
do.
4,000.
Yeah, you're doing all right. You're doing well.
I do okay. And this is the first week I've ever done talking Insta stories.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
So I've been very self-conscious, and now I think, well, doesn't really matter. So I've been doing them, and the amount of support I've had from my followers has been
Mm.
unreal. I must have had 500 messages from all sorts of people, all ages, all backgrounds, offering me their phone number so I'm not alone during this, just checking on me daily. It's
Just be
just been big.
careful.
No, I'm still not quite desperate enough to download Tinder. Give it another month. The support is incredible, and I couldn't ask for better followers. So even if my Instagram followers never went up again, I've got all the best people already.
That's it. You don't need all the people. You just need the right. You just need the right people who are on brand with your message. Now, I always say this to people: I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but that's fucking okay because I drink coffee. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
and that's completely fine. Do not. I say to people, don't be vanilla because no one likes vanilla. Like they'll have it if it's there, but I've never gone anywhere and gone, oh, I really hope they've got vanilla ice cream. Said nobody ever. Like I like different flavored ice creams. Do you know what I mean? And that's how you should be as a person. And if someone doesn't like you, so what? There's millions of people in the world, billions of people. You know, just do you. And if your message isn't right for everyone, then it'll be right for some people. And you know that's worked well. Who have you sort of made good friends? I mean, I know one of your good friends, obviously, but who have you made good friends with? Who's like from the Instagram sort of community? Who you think like almost is my best friend for life?
Definitely. I know you're thinking about Chrissy.
Yeah.
See, definitely. I met her. There was a meetup advertised in December.
Oh, the Jugend hikes. Yeah.
Yeah. So they advertised one. I'd never done a meetup before either because
Yeah.
I'm still in my first year of hiking, so I still feel a bit like a fake. Like people are gonna sniff out that I don't really know what I'm doing.
So, no one really knows what they're doing, mate. That's the thing.
Like I'm 35. I'm hoping it's gonna come to me soon.
Yeah.
But I went on this meetup. I was on my own as well, and I know Instagram can be quite cliquey with groups. So I was a little bit worried about going along and everyone already knowing each other and already having their clique.
Yeah.
But I went to my first meetup. I met Chrissy, and she's literally now my best friend. We speak every day. She's checking up on me every day. I just got a lot of love for her.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about social media. You've because otherwise, how would you have ever met? Do you know what I mean? There's a good chance you would have never met. And now, like I said, you know, you are always best friends, talking to each other, and probably going to do lots of adventures this year together, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. And I would say my best Instagram story was I met a girl, well, I was talking to a girl in America called Jenny.
Yeah.
And
wasn't from the block, was she?
No, unfortunately.
That would have been
a private jet. And we've been chatting. At the time I worked nights, so we were up at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
And one day she messaged me asking if I knew this guy. And I was like, well, yeah, I'm in a relationship with him.
Oh, no.
And then she was like, well, he's just told me that he's leaving his girlfriend and he's going to fly over here and meet me. And I was like, oh, did he? So we were chatting and then we Skyped about an hour later and she gave me the whole story. She'd sent me messages. And instead of like crying, within an hour, I'd booked a flight to America.
Wow.
I hadn't mentioned it to the boyfriend at the time. I just said I was going back to my dad's for a couple of days for a bit of rest. Got to America, she picked me up at the airport and she did her daily Skype to him.
Oh, this is fucking brutal.
Isn't it? But then, so they're Skyping and he's saying how much he really likes her. And then all of a sudden, really slowly, I just pop up on the screen behind her.
Oh my fucking Jesus.
And it was amazing though. Like I spent 2 weeks in America staying with her. We just enjoyed going out. I got to explore somewhere new. It ended up being such a positive experience that I wouldn't have had without Instagram.
Wow. I mean that right there is probably the fucking greatest busted story that I've ever heard. Like that. I mean, at that moment he knew he'd fucked up, didn't he? Like at that moment, wow, that is fucking savage. That's why people don't be fucking snakes, man, because it's fucking hell. That's the.
In this day and age, every screenshot, everybody knows everybody.
Wow, that's absolutely savage. Whereabouts in America was it? Where did you go?
No, so she lived in North Carolina.
Right.
So I went there, and then using again the power of Instagram, we just put posts up asking if anyone had a bed, if anyone wouldn't mind coming to stay, and then we went to South Carolina, Florida, Georgia. We just travelled around using Instagram.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I loved it.
Do you know what, mate? You took a bad situation and you changed it into a life changing moment. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could have looked at that and you could have went bananas at her, but instead of doing that, you know, you just went, right, okay, there's a situation here, but I'm going to use it to my advantage, and I'm going to go and have an amazing experience. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's fair play to you there, because like you really put like a plan in place. And I mean, it's just a shame that you don't have that video live, because that would have been fucking, Jeremy Beadle would have give you £1,000 for that. Like that. That is just absolutely the most savage thing I think I've ever heard. Fucking
But
hell.
I'm such a firm believer that things could be worse in every
100%.
situation.
100%.
Even now, yeah, we're stuck inside, but how can we complain? We got running water, we still got access to food. Most of us got a massive TV, comfy
Yeah.
sofa.
I just downloaded Disney Plus, mate. I'm all the way in on Avatar at the moment.
Oh, I downloaded Disney Plus. I am living my best life with that right now.
Yeah, I was singing along to Jungle Book yesterday. I was doing King Louis.
I watched the new Dumbo, the live action one, crying my eyes out.
Oh, big Dumbo. Nah, hey, it's fair play to you, Emma. Do you know, like, because obviously I can see that you've had a bit of adversity and a bit of toughness in your life, and the thing is, mate, there's more to come. But you've made yourself more robust, haven't you? You've made yourself tougher, and hard times create hard people, and it's the ability to endure. And fair play to you, and I think you're only going to push on and get more and more and more. And I think you're going to find what you're looking for out there in the hills, and then you'll be able to just fucking own life, take over.
Oh,
I know. Yeah, you will. Yeah, I know. And in your first year, you've done quite a lot, haven't you? Do you know what I mean? Like, you've made a lot of new friends and been in a lot of new places, and that'll carry on. Do you know what I mean? So that's it. We're going to move on, mate, to the questions that I sent you, the 5 watts, the COVID-19 special 5 watts. So the first one, what does your day look like?
An absolute mess. Absolute mess.
Right.
The one thing I would say is that every morning I get up, get showered, put on some makeup, put on some real clothes, and just usually attack the fridge.
Right.
Especially this first week, I think I've used it a bit of and time to rest.
Yeah.
I've not put too much pressure on myself. Unfortunately, I can't work from home.
Yeah.
So now it is just me.
Well, I've been guiding people from a conservatory and through the living room and up the stairs and into the loft. Nah, I'm in the same fucking boat, man. No one wants to come and do a tour of my house and my back garden, so I'm fucked. But
I'm just giving away a tour of my fridge.
Yeah, fair. All right. So you're trying to install a new routine, is what you're trying to do.
Yeah. So today I woke up super positive. I'm trying to be as creative as possible, and I'm one of these that always say, if I could just stop time for a week, I can catch up on all my jobs. And now time stops, and I'm still not doing it. So that going forward now, I've got time to work on my blog. I've started vlogging.
Yeah.
So I want to practice that a bit. I'm just really going to use this time to self-build.
I think you need to get on TikTok.
I did it today. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
right. I'll follow you today. I'll get over to it. Yeah.
Honestly, it's taken me. How are kids doing this? They need a degree. It's taken me a week to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I posted my first one today.
You just wait, mate, because TikTok is the wild west of social media, mate, right? There's people on there gunslinging, and it seems to me there is no guidelines. You are going to be like, wow, how has someone posted that video? And then just wait, because people are going to start sending you messages, and it's some of the craziest stuff I've ever received. Like, makes me laugh. Like, I don't know what it is, but they're always asking me, are you on Google Hangout? I'm like, I have no idea what Google Hangout is. And then it's always like a precursor to, well, if you pay me $20, we can go on there and have sexy chat. And I'm like, yep, see you later. Cheers, bye. Got things to do. Like, who uses the word sexy chat anyway? Like, it's no, I'm done. Thanks, because you're a lunatic off the internet, and I don't deal with that stuff. But well done for getting on TikTok. You'll enjoy it, but it is absolutely full of weirdos. So that's cool. Second one, mate. What workouts are you doing? Have you started any new regimen?
Oh, I'm lifting more food to my face. If
Right.
that counts.
Right.
I've been doing the stair challenge.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
So I walked Ben Nevis up my stairs, Snowdon up my stairs. So that's been good.
Yeah.
Because I've only really just started hiking, I don't want to lose that fitness.
Yeah, true.
I've been doing my daily walk. I've been limiting that to an hour though, because I don't think we should be greedy with it.
Yeah. No,
It.
that's fair. At least you're doing something, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like at least you're doing, at least you keeping active. It's good. Uh, Next one. What have you started? As in, obviously, you've started TikTok. So, is there anything else that you've started that you wouldn't normally have started without all this time?
I've started something new every single day.
Mint.
So I've been doing wild swims in my wheelie bin. I have never done that in my life.
Cool.
It's really lush. You'd be surprised how
Yeah.
relaxing it is. Last night I had a one-woman barbecue in my garden.
Right.
The day before I tie-dyed some t-shirts using beetroot juice.
Right. Yeah.
So all little bits I can find in my house. So I'm trying to do something new every day. Today was TikTok.
Mint. That's class. That's class. What have you stopped doing?
I have stopped self-doubting.
Right.
I've never done an Insta story before where I spoke because I was too nervous. I was too worried that I'd look stupid, that I didn't like the sound of my own voice. And then since lockdown, I've just thought, fuck it. Who's gonna care? No one can come
Yeah.
and knock on my door and tell me to stop.
Yeah. No, it's fair enough. Have you stopped? Obviously, we've all stopped going to the pub and we've all stopped going to the cinema. I'm a big cinema head, so like not going to the cinema for me is is a bit of a shitter. Like if that's my only shitter, then I'll deal with that. But is there anything else that you've stopped, as in like real world, normal world stuff that you would do on a daily basis? Like for me, going to my favorite coffee shops, that's all stopped.
Yeah, so I'm a big cinema goer. I probably go like 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And just nipping into town, grabbing a coffee,
Mm.
nipping to the bookshop, just things you really took for granted that you just thought you'd always be able to do.
And there we go. That's why they'll be special after this is finished. Um, the last one, mate. What's the first thing you're going to do when lockdown is finished?
I am going up Tryfan. And now I'm going to go get some scones as well.
Boom. Nah, that's fair enough. Yeah, Tryfan and scones, man. That sounds like a good combo. Emma, brilliant. Thanks very much for coming on the podcast. Where can people find you? Shoot for the stars, mate. Tell people where you are on all your platforms.
Thanks for having me.
That's all right.
All my platforms are Emma's Happy Little World.
Yeah,
My blog is emmashappylittleworld.com.
yeah.
I've just put up a couple of new YouTube videos and the channel's really new for me. So it'd really
Cool.
help if you could go and have a look at that.
Yeah. On TikTok?
TikTok is Emma's Happy World.
Awesome. Brilliant. Emma, look, thanks very much for coming on the show. I really appreciate the time and keep on being positive and nothing lasts forever. And we'll all be back out in the hills soon enough. And again, 10 out of 10, mate. Thanks very much. And I'll see you soon, okay?
Thanks.
Cheers. Bye, mate.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.